Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna start on giving some old Blue some love. She ain't got love in a long time. So we're about to start removing what's left of the exhaust. We got some headers. We're gonna be doing new exhaust, single exit, true dual out the sides behind the cab, in front of the tires. Hold on, your factory tips are 13 millimeters. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. Alright, so now get the bolt out of this. And then just grab the tip. Both the tips removed. So now we got the hanger here. Hanger there. I'm probably gonna cut it. Probably gonna cut it in that S over here. Remove this whole section. And then I'll cut it the other pipe in the same corner. And then that'll be everything from the axle back. So I ain't gonna bore y'all with that part. You know, it's just cutting pipe, taking the exhaust out. So I'll catch y'all back up when we're under the truck. Next up we're doing is jack your truck up, get your tires off, get it set on some jack stands. We're gonna take this inner fender wheel out. Yeah. So now we're on got the passenger side header on. It went right in. Wasn't too bad at all. The only thing I see being a problem on, which really I don't think it'd be too big of a problem, is the dipstick. But first, which ties in that first bolt right there. So the first thing we're gonna do is take off the heat shield. It'll be 10 millimeters. Should have 4 of them. And drop the wrench. But you should have 4 of them. Be 2 in the front, 2 in the back. That steering knuckle probably get a little annoying. Passenger side, this truck has 118,000 miles. And that back stud that holds the heat shield on the other side, it was actually broke. So I'm pretty sure that was my ticking noise. Whenever it's cold, it would tick and go away as it warmed up. So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. But they kind of dropped the ball on how small these bolts are. Like, they definitely shoot. Well, look at that. So the same one on this side's broke. There's one. And there's 2, so driver's side's already worse. Hopefully they got thread sticking out. I can weld a nut to them. Hold on, let me get some light. There's your manifold. We got this off. Well, not off, but pulled out of the way a little bit. Should be able to snake it out of there. So that one's broke, and that one's broke. Can't really see them. So I'm hoping when we get the manifold off, they're out there where we can get some weld on them. Praying. But you'll have The ones with the stud will be a 13. The ones without a stud will be a 10. So you'll have 2 each bank. So we gotta take that one out, that one out. There'll be one behind this. Right up in there. That one. And then another one down there. And then another 13 right beside it. I'm not unhooking that. I just took the plugs out. I'll take that out as one piece. So cat and all out, one piece. And this is a 6-speed truck. So you got enough room to take it out one piece on a 6-speed truck. Would imagine the 8-speed same way, being 2-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive, I'd imagine, you'd have a drive shaft and a pumpkin and a couple other things right here. I'd imagine you'd probably have to cut those bolts, take it out in 2 pieces. But I'm gonna get that and then I'll show you sliding it out. We're gonna try to get this on camera. We'll see how it goes. Sit here in the floor, grab the cap, and then just slide her back. And there you have it. One piece right out. Now I did cut it right behind the cap, but there you have it. But yeah, not as lucky on that one. It's close, but it ain't where you want it to be. But you can see it was leaking there and leaking at the top of that one. Alright. So thankfully, we got both of them out. So, whew. These were a booger, man. You can see they were. That one was inside the head, so I had to sit there and just tack till I built up enough to put a nut over it. So, luckily, aluminum heads don't weld to steel, which these are probably hardened steel. So, and then when you pull them out, it usually cleans the threads up. Well, I should go ahead and show you this. So we'll take this old bolt out. New bolt. The only thing I can say about the new hardware is the heads. They did use a bigger head, which I agree with, but pretty damn skinny. So when you start cranking on them to get them tight, bottom 4 in. Slide your gasket in there. What I like about this is you can just have your gasket sitting up there. You got something to hold it. And then when you slide your header in there, your header has cutouts for it as well. And those bottom bolts will just sit there and hold it up till you can get the top started. So you ain't gotta sit there and hold all 3 while trying to thread a bolt. So it's pretty, I like that. It's pretty nice. as you can see, we got it in there. A little bit harder on the passenger side, but surprisingly the hardware is easier to get to. Like I said, 6-speed truck, so shifter cable, the bracket for it's in the way. As you can see, the header right here is pretty much right up against it. So we'll bend that back this way and put it back in. Oil dipstick. I would imagine they want you to pull it out and reroute it in between these front two, but I mean, it's not hitting, so we're just gonna zip tight to this. Up and out of the way. I don't care if the check oil's a little further back or whatnot. Still the same length, so it's still gonna read the same. And the truck's getting lowered, so it's still gonna be easy to reach and check. Now, if this was a lifted truck, then yeah, I'd probably pull the tube out. But I'm gonna finish tightening it up. I ain't gonna bore y'all with that. Other side, these top four are a pain. This side, pretty straightforward and get right to them. I think this tube on the other side goes up and across the top. So like the only easy one on the top is that one. But this one's all four. And then the bottom's pretty easy other than the one right here. It's right behind the motor mount. But those two are easy. And that one you can get to, it's just very short strokes. Hell, you can see it right there. But, and the steering, we had to take the steering arm off. But I don't think it'll hit. So we just gotta get it back on. This side. And then stretch it back down in there and put the bolt in, good to go. It is a little tight, but I believe it'll clear. Yeah, it'll clear. I'm turning it. So we're good there. So all in all, for these eBay headers, they're pretty good. I would definitely say worth saving $1,000 pretty much. Instead of going with American Racing long tubes or any of them. But I'm gonna finish tightening these up, so I'll get back with y'all later.